Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. And today I'm going to be doing a much requested video. People didn't really like too much my last video I did for starter vehicles for newbies, so that is my fault. I do apologize. So we're going to be redoing that video, and today we're going to be doing like a newbie build, like something you can build within the first 5 levels and probably do okay with it. So we're going to wipe the slate clean and we're going to build a new vehicle. So let's get into it. Alright, so these are the parts I chose, and they're all white parts, so they're very affordable, and some of these things you may unlock just through the story. Or not the story, but through progression, and you may just get them for free. So let's get into it. So for the cabin, what we're using is the Huntsman cabin. This is super cheap. It only costs 2.58 gold. Worst case scenario, you could always use the Gorilla. The only reason why I chose the Huntsman is because it has 1 additional energy, which makes a huge difference. And for the weapons, what we chose is we're going to make a build for 3 Luparas, and we're also going to make another build which has 3 LM54 cords, which are super craftable. All this stuff I'm showing you, you can craft. You don't have to buy it. Though when you do hit level 5, I believe you get access to the market, and whatever resources you've gained throughout those 5 levels, you can sell. Or you can use them to craft. So that's up to you. But yes, you can craft all these parts I'm going to show you, and it won't cost you a dime. So what we're going to do is, also for the cord build, we are going to be using 1 R1 Breeze because we're going to have 1 energy left. And we want to use that up just because if we have an energy left, we might as well put something on that's somewhat useful. So that's what we're gonna do today. So why don't we go ahead and get into the build, and I will maybe speed up the building process and editing so the video isn't like 20 minutes long or anything like that. So why don't we go ahead and get into the building. So we have our first build done, and it's pretty jank, but don't expect too much when you're very first starting out. The builds are probably going to look a little silly, which this one does. It looks very weird. So we're rocking 6 wheels on this, just in case we lose 1 or 2. we can still drive at least. And so what we have on the front, we have 2 small wheel STs. In the middle, we have 2 medium wheel non-STs. And in the back, we have starter wheel STs. And then what we have up here is we have the 3 Luparas. No cooler or anything, no radiator. So, because you don't really start out with much, and we can't really add it anyways because we don't have enough energy. But that's okay, because 3 of these is better than 2, especially if you can, if you can't put on a cooler or radiator. It's definitely better to have 3 of these. So that's what we have, and it's something that a lot of people will use, but most people will only use like 1 or 2 Luparas in combat at early levels. And this will give you an advantage, having 3 of these and be able to rip off guns really quick and do some damage. And you'll still be mobile, and you have plenty of wheels to work with. And all this stuff is craftable, so you won't have to worry about spending a dime in gold unless you absolutely want to. So that's our first build. Now let's go ahead and check out our second build. And there's our second build. So with these, you want to, or any machine gun rather, you want to tap fire, like I was just showing. And what I mean tap fire, just don't hold the trigger down like this, because that's going to just overheat your weapons faster. So usually with machine guns, especially at range, and to prevent loss of accuracy, you want to tap fire. One of my machine guns isn't exactly working how I want it to, but you can see it's much more accurate and it lasts a bit longer than if you just hold down the trigger, and you can see the spread kind of just shoots all over the place. And yeah, so it definitely lasts longer if you just tap fire. And that's about it. So I hope this build guide was a little bit more user-friendly for earlier levels than my last one. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new and you enjoy the content that you've seen so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We do things like this all the time, and I do upload a variety of games and different content and tech videos and even booster box openings for Dragon Ball Super trading cards. So yeah, and this is Anubis Tech and Games, and I catch you on the next one.